Adults University, where we take adult shit and cut it into kid-sized pieces. My name is Miss A, and today, in celebration of Christmas, we'll be doing story time. I'll be reading to you A Christmas Carol Real World Story. With that being said, let's get started, shall we? Let's begin with Ebenezer Scrooge. After being saved from damnation, Ebenezer Scrooge got his act together. He decided to grow out his silver locks, and for a while he sported a man bun before he donated his hair to Locks of Love. He also went vegan and became a minimalist, but only on the weekends, celebrations, and holidays, in where he could use it to excuse himself from hosting events or buying other people presents. Old habits die hard. But then Scrooge began to think about his future and realized he didn't have enough years in front of him to replace the taste of crotchety old man his name effortlessly acquired during his miserly years. So he adopted 2 kids, an Asian boy and a black girl. He felt compelled, after admiring the Brad Jolie clan for so long, and yet he felt it kept in stride with his minimalist vibe. He never wanted to be perceived as being out of touch again, especially now that he was a father of 2. So that year he enrolled in a martial arts class and a hip-hop class, so as to create a stronger bond with his kids. The following year, Scrooge wrote to Santa about all the things he wanted that Christmas. Everything from an iPhone 10 to courtside season tickets to the Lakers. You know, nothing too expensive. His letter was on the way to the North Pole when a gang of disgruntled laid-off elves, even Santa downsizes from time to time, Jack the Carrier. Scrooge's letter was lost in the snow and it never made it to the North Pole. In view of the circumstances and the fact that Scrooge was good that year, Santa decided to give him what every man deserves of his age: a nose hair trimmer. Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim became the youngest inspirational speaker in storytime history and thus traveled to lands far and wide during his youth. He went on to college, but in his second year, he fell into the wrong crowd, and in that semester, he earned a GPA of 1.7 and dropped out of college. He then went on to work for a local fast food joint, where he spent the next 10 years asking, will that be with or without pickles? One day, he fell on a patch of ice, and since he had no insurance or money, he couldn't afford the hip operation he needed and became confined to a wheelchair. Later that year, he joined the Union of Disabled Inspirational Speakers, and within 2 months, he became treasurer. However, he abused the funds, or as ladies on Easy Street would say, LLTT, ladies love Tiny Tim, always knew how to show a girl a good time. When the members found out, they kicked him out, and he became depressed and turned to alcohol. Today, you can find him on the corner of Easy Street with a sign that says, "A lump of coal will do." Mrs. Cratchit. Mrs. Cratchit never cared for Scrooge, even after he changed his ways, but she was impressed when he adopted his 2 kids, although she never wanted her kids to play with his. As Bobby, her husband, spent more time in the office, Scrooge had other activities now that he was a father of 2. Trying to save the business from going under, Mrs. Cratchit grew lonely and began to have an affair with Fred, Scrooge's good nephew that invites him to Christmas dinner every year. She continued to have this affair until she thought she was pregnant. When she found out she wasn't, she stopped the affair, afraid her husband or kids would find out. So she settled for a life of a desperate housewife, liking cat videos, Facebook stalking, family, friends, and frenemies alike, and buying up everything on HSN to fill the void, as well as overeating. She went from a size 8 to 18 over a period of 7 months. Mr. C, Bobby, left her for his secretary, the one he hired when the workload became too much, and within a year he divorced her. She started seeing a shrink and he put her on Prozac. However, After finding out about Tiny Tim on Easy Street, she had a nervous breakdown and lost her Christmas spirit and decided to move to Mexico, where she now celebrates Feliz Navidad instead of Christmas. Despite the fact that others have told her it's the same holiday, she refuses to believe so. Fizzywig. Fizzywig, aka Fizzle Whistle, was Scrooge's old employer, who always knew how to get down when it comes to celebrating Christmas. This plump, jolly old man was so inspired by The Biggest Loser that he decided to go the Mama June route, and after his drastic surgery, he became an Instagram male model and gained over 100,000 followers and often got up to over 1,000 likes every time he posted, especially on hashtag MCM, Man Crush Monday. The following year, he went on to become GQ's Man of the Year. Later that year, he was called up by the Reposted show. No, not for a paternity show, for which he breathed a sigh of relief. But instead, he was on a show entitled From Geek to Chic, where he met a black woman who also was an Instagram model, who went by the name of Monique Mobadi, who was down for the swirl. He wanted to take it slow, and well, her mama didn't raise no thought, so they decided to wait until their second date to sleep together. He courted her for a month, and since he always had a taste for chocolate, he decided to ask her to marry him on a luxury cruise. They were married, and Scrooge was the best man. This was during the man bun phase, but before he became a minimalist. So he splurged and got them a white Rolls Royce. And as they drove away, their just married sign was exchanged for Fizzle Whistle's favorite motto: once you go black, you never go back. The end. Well, that's it for today. Just a Christmas Carol real world story to bring you some Christmas cheer. Thank you for attending class. Go ahead and do your homework by subscribing to this channel and thumbs up in this video. My name is Miss A, and until next time, remember, you must be this tall to pay bills.